What is good? Welcome back to another hip-hop album review. The Boom-BapHistorian is back, and this is going to be a real quick review for I guess we can call it an EP. But this is the newest release from Honey, Dinero, and Murda Megz with HDxMM LUXE Act 1, which is essentially Honey, Dinero, and Murda Megz. Honey Dinero at some point needs to get the respect I think she deserves, because I think it's to say of the female MCs right now, particularly as it relates to the underground hip-hop scene. However, to me, you could take this worldwide as well, but she is an absolute beast. And so far, every project that I've heard from Honey Dinero has been absolutely insane. Last year, she dropped the Honey Dinero and Murda Megz. They dropped HDxMM, and that one was released on August 11th of 2023, so it was actually 2 years ago. And that album was fucking insane. And I just did a review a short time ago where Murda Megz actually did the production, and I'm running a blank right now which album it was, but it might have been the Bad Seed album, huh? But this is a real short one. This is essentially 8 tracks, but really it's not at all that long, because like really the first 3 aren't even really tracks per se. But we'll get into it. But so this has a high rating, but I'm gonna have to put this in the EP category and not compare it to any of the LPs. But there really hasn't been a whole lot of EPs that I've really done reviews on. I think the only other one that I've really done a review and I haven't recorded yet is the Murderer's Row, which is part of the Snow Goons camp, which I do have written, and I guess I should put it up here shortly. But let's get back into this. So this is HDxMM LUXE Act 1, Honey, Dinero, and Murda Megz. This was released on 3/26/25, so it just came out yesterday. I'm just going to jam through the track listing because it's really short. There's only 8 tracks, but you'll see why there's not. It's just very short. But it starts off with HDxMM Radio, LUXE Act 1 Interlude, HDxMM LUXE Commercial, Track 4, New York 1, 5 is Murderer's Row, 6 is Soul Assassins, 7 is LUXE Act 1 Interlude, and then Easy on 'Em is Track 8. It probably clocks in around 18 minutes, if that. The first one is really just an intro. The second one, basically it's like snippets, and it might be snippets from the first record in 2023. This is just really just a first take, and pretty much all my reviews are first take reviews. The only exceptions are some of your 4.4 mics, 4.5 mics are generally repeat views or listens, I should say. But it's usually because I'm gaming or I'm doing something on the side. But even though this has a high rating, this was just a one-shot review. And then it has a commercial. Then it gets into the first real track at that point, which is New York 1, which is a really dope head nod track. And then Murderer's Row is really dope as well, but it's super short. Soul Assassins is another really dope track, and then Easy on 'Em is another dope track because, one, like I said, Deniro is a beast on the mic, but Murda Megz drops some really hard production and pretty grimy production on here. Honey Dinero, if you're curious, is out of New York. But yeah, I gave this one 4 mics. So it's a short list, and it's going to fall in the EP category. So I imagine when I have to do my reviews at the end of the year, I'm probably going to have to do a category of EPs. But hopefully this is another prelude to another album coming out. 2023's was a longer record. I think it was like 13, 14 tracks. But nonetheless, if you haven't heard of Honey Dinero, you need to go check her out. She is on Bandcamp. You can find her there. I would imagine you could find the album streaming on various platforms as well. So once again, Honey Dinero, Murda Megz with HDxMM LUXE 1 came out yesterday. 4 mics, a dope EP. As always, like, subscribe. Let me know if you heard of Honey. If you haven't, Go check her out. Come back. Tell me what you think. You will not be disappointed. Stay tuned.